The strike against the big three car makers continues and may be growing today.
Yeah, that's right. Workers worry the Chicago Ford plant might be next. Following this national story for us is CBS correspondent Chris Van Cleve, live in Wayne, Michigan.
Chris, good morning to you. That Ford plant where you are was among the first three to be crippled by the UAW strike a week ago. Tell us where negotiations stand right now.
Well, Dan and Ryan, good to be with you in Chicago. Negotiations pretty much have not advanced. The talks have been ongoing since the strike started a week ago, but the divide is very big and really hasn't moved. The auto workers want a 40% raise. Car makers are offering around 20%. And we have heard from sources familiar with the talks that the gap is very big. So big that they're having trouble seeing how they get across it at this point. So everyone's expectation is this strike will expand at noon today.
Chris, you've been talking obviously to UAW members on the picket lines, and other than a raise, what's most important to them? What's causing the most friction, do you think, in the negotiations?
Well, certainly the pay differential. They want this 40% raise that the union is seeking. They also talk a lot about cost of living protections. They want to make sure that they're protected against inflation because in their current deal, which was signed in 2019, they got raises, but it didn't keep up with inflation. So they feel like even though they did get raises, they fell behind in the process. So they want COLA protection. Many would like to see their pensions restored. In 2007, one of the concessions that the union gave up was a pension plan, so workers coming in after that date don't have a pension while more senior folks do. They would like to see a return of pensions. They'd also like to see a 4-day work week. Now, the car makers have said the pension and the 4-day work week are just non-starters. So in addition to money, you've got a dispute over benefits as well that's very, very important to the folks out there. The other thing, you have a tiered workforce now. You have folks that were hired before 2007 are paid at one rate and have one path to the highest wage, whereas people brought in after 2007 can start as low as almost half what other people on the line will make. They want to see that two-tier system go away.
Well, Chris, we can see the picketing union members behind you, hear the honking horns in solidarity. It's really possible this strike could include Chicago later today. You said by noon. Do you think that's a real chance that the Chicago plant, where they had a rally yesterday, will be on strike? Workers will walk off the job later today?
It is certainly a plant that has to be on UAW's radar. What we have seen in their strategy with these three plants where they struck at facilities that make popular trucks and SUVs, which are profit centers for the big three. So we saw that what they dubbed a practice strike yesterday in Chicago as well as Kentucky. That would indicate that they're at least thinking about more SUVs, more trucks. Of course, the full-size pickups are where the automakers really make their profit. So those may also be a target as well. But there are auto plants from Illinois to Texas that are certainly on the list. And what we don't know is, will we see 3 more plants or will we see a much larger strike this time around?
Line that the automakers want to see with the workers coming together, but they're standing their ground. Chris Van Cleve, thanks so much for your time and insight. We'll be watching as the day unfolds with this UAW strike.